it's called, the giant shrimp dude. I saw him, and that was my first time seeing him. I'm like, oh fuck no! I turned the ship around. He comes up from behind me and does the grab animation. And it scared the shit out of me. I'm like, ah, and I'm slamming my desk. Let go, let go, let go. I gotta be careful with the black boars. Some of them are corrupted. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so you're with Rexar. Oh, there it is. It's over there. And he gives you a quest to survive overnight. And it's basically like a survival game, like an actual survival game in World of Warcraft. You have to eat and drink. You have to make a fire, you have to kill and cook your food to eat. And that was really fun. I mean, it was a little bit different because you have to do, you know, Warcraft mechanics, but then they tried integrating that survival aspect to it. But that was really fun. I'm someone who really loves survival games. I love survival games. And I'm doing my Conan Exiles playthrough, but I want to do more. Oh shit. Anyway, so alright, so I'm gonna talk about Legion first. So Legion I just don't like as an expansion. Definitely not the worst expansion, I will say that. I would say it is it's next to Cataclysm. And Cataclysm is above BFA and WoD. So Cataclysm is above BFA and WoD because there was actually work put into it. Even though it was not put into the right area, there was work put into Cataclysm, and you have to give them that credit. So, there's that. Legion is around there. Because Legion, I absolutely hated what they did with all of the lore characters. Every single freaking character, they butchered, botched, and destroyed all of the lore around those characters, except for Velen. Velen was the only character that they did justice to, and they played him out right. Illidan, I feel like they could have done worse, especially if they went with that light-bound Illidan. Oh, fuck no. Oh, hell no. They did good with leaving him as Illidan, but I felt they kind of altered his attitude a little bit. Like he didn't seem the same from... he was still an anti-hero, but his I'm trying to think of the term. He wasn't acting like the same Illidan from Warcraft 3, and I didn't like that. Tyrande, don't get me started on Tyrande. They started fucking her up in Cataclysm, and she just got worse and worse and worse. Malfurion, oh my motherfucker, just kill him and be done with him. I've hated him since Warcraft 3, and he's only gotten worse and worse. So, Thrall, well, you could say Thrall and Variant because Metzen stopped working for Blizzard around that time, so it in the background makes sense, but at the same time they could have done better with Thrall. They could have done a lot better with Thrall. Varian went out like a badass. Now, okay, so Varian went out like a badass, so he's fine. I feel like Anduin did have some character progression, so he was okay. Greymane is okay when he sticks to the I'm gonna be the uncle figure, and I'm not saying father figure, I'm saying uncle figure to Anduin. He's like, I've been a king, and I, in a sense, still am a king. I lost a son, and I see you as the son as I lost, and I want to continue passing on my teachings to you. When he does that, and he's being a leader and a father-uncle figure to Anduin, he's very good. When he starts getting into the Sylvanas shit, it's absolutely terrible. I know he's got that revenge. He wants to get revenge for his son, and I understand that, but he's just devolved into Sylvanas! He's devolved into Finn from Star Wars. Ray! They could do that so much better. And all of the other characters, they completely made irrelevant with you being the chosen one, you're the one who gets the badass artifact weapon of the gods. You're the badass. You're the hero of the story, not the other characters that Warcraft 3 was centered around, not the other characters that we've followed their story the entire time of Warcraft and World of Warcraft. No, you're the badass. You're the one who gets to defeat everything and do all the amazing stuff. Not all of the other characters that the story is based on. That's something I really hated. Artifact weapons, I completely fucking hated. I hated the mechanic behind it. I hated the lore behind all of them. Why does everyone get a fucking Ashbringer? No. Why does everyone get the shards of the Frostmourne? No. All of the other ones, oh, the hidden weapon that we just now found, that is the secret weapon, and now that is like suddenly being found to no. I hated every single one of them. I hated the look of every single one of them. The only thing I liked were the new druid models. I like the new druid models, and I kind of liked the look of the base model of the outlaw scimitars, because it was a very like, it looked very Pirate King-ish, very, you know, gold, red, and black, and that appealed to me, and it looked like a scimitar. So it appealed to me, but I didn't like the upgraded version nor any of the other variants of it. And I just did not like the artifacts at all. The class quests, I'm not gonna even touch that. And the legendaries, God almighty, I'm so thankful they did not bring that system back. And everyone can agree with me, the legendary system is bad. The dungeons, I don't even remember the fucking dungeons. Okay, I kind of can, because I did them on Mythic mode a shit ton of times, but I hated them. Okay, Suramar was something good. That's something good of Legion. There is no hot take on BFA. Everyone knows BFA is garbage. It could have been a lot more. It could have been an actual Horde versus Alliance thing, and they turned that into something completely different, and they didn't even stick to the subject at hand. The subject that they did have, that they stuck to, was terrible. And I'm gonna get on more on something else that really has me raging on BFA in a moment, but let me finish my thought with Legion. So Legion, I'm almost done with Legion. Suramar was something good. I actually really liked Suramar, most of it. There are some things I hated about it. One was the reputation grind in order to complete the storyline. Now, to do a reputation to unlock the next part of the storyline, that's not an issue. The issue comes with the world quest mechanic. I did this rant already, and I actually have this already cut out of a previous stream where I talk about this. But world quest if it was added on, it was an added on feature, they're fine. The issue is that's the only thing you can do to gain reputation now. That's the only way to gain reputation when you're not doing the leveling up quests. So, so it's very RNG. You have to wait for the Nightborn to become available to do their world quests in order to do. Oh shit, this guy's kind of close to the road here. He's level 13. I should be okay if I stick a little bit to the left. It should be fine. So, that was the issue I had, was the world quest. If they had other ways of gaining reputation... Is that a mailbox? There's a working mailbox right there. What the hell? What the fuck put that there? But, yeah, it's the world quest issue. I absolutely hate the fact that they made that the only way to gain reputation. If it was just an added on, you can get it also with world quests, that would have been fine, but that's not the case. So, therefore, I hate world quests. World quests, I fucking hate. Get rid of them because of the fact that they're the only reason, they're the only way to gain reputation. And then they continue that trend in the next 2 expansions. I always say, Burning Crusade and Mists of Pandaria are the best expansions when it comes to reputation gain. Not only are there many factions that all look different and feel different, especially on how you gain the rep, but there's multiple ways to gain rep. So you have your dailies, you have items to turn in, you can grind either out of dungeons or in dungeons, and especially I like the fact in Burning Crusade, like the higher reputation you go, you have to go to the next level of difficulty in the dungeon in order to continue gaining rep. You would stop gaining rep after a certain reputation grind. That's good because that means you have to keep going. You cannot just do the easy stuff to get to and grind the easy stuff to get to maximum reputation. I like that. That's good. In Mists of Pandaria, you had all that same stuff, but you also had the tokens from the Warbringers. Like, there were multiple ways to gain reputation. So it's like, okay, what if I want to grind a little bit? Okay, I'll go and do some dailies. Okay, I'll turn in some items for some bonus. And you could just keep grinding, and you could do it whenever you wanted. With World Quest, you're at the mercy of the World Quest whenever it decides to spawn whatever for the day. And if it doesn't spawn whatever you want for the day, you're lucky if you get more than 3 quests for that day of the reputation you want to grind out. So it's like, if I don't want to grind out Champions of Azeroth, well, fuck you. You have to do it because that's what's today. It's a bit silly maybe, but I thought the Black Temple from Illidan's point of view quest was fun. Okay, I kind of remember that one. Yeah, but that was fleshing out Burning Crusade a little bit. I thought that was fine. That all was fine. I'm talking more of the Tomb of Sargeras and Argus Illidan. I'm trying to read your comment and not run into a creature at the same time. See that? Hold on. Let me get to Taraho because I don't want to risk running into something. Okay, I think I should be safe now. All right, so let me see what you said. So from Illidan's point of view, I read that already. See, now that you go through these things, I'm realizing maybe I didn't enjoy Legion as much as I did. Yeah, see, that's the thing. People really enjoyed Legion because it was better than WoD. And because it was better than WoD, they're like, oh man, this is the best expansion ever. I saw through that bullshit. Like I said, there are good things about Legion, and I will tell you when there was something about Legion that I liked. But for the most part, Legion was a terrible expansion. Hey, what's up, Snortle? I like that mount. Yep. Okay, I might have just seemed good since it was a follow-up to BFA. Not a BFA, you mean WoD. But yeah, I know what you're saying. That's exactly what I just said. There's a lot of stuff in retail WoW that's like, the first time you do it, it's fine, but then by the 5th time, you're so sick of it and never want to do it again. That's the linearity. The reason why I can level multiple people in vanilla World of Warcraft is because even though you... Okay, so there is a linearity to vanilla World of Warcraft, and I never want them to go the ESO route where it's you could do any zone at any time, any quest chain at any time. That's not what I'm saying. Don't go full open. Because you want that. You want Azshara to be level 20 because you want to work your way up to get to something. That's something to aspire to. You want that something to aspire to, but at the same time, with vanilla WoW, like when I was leveling with my Tauren Hunter, remember? I had the Oasis quests, I had the Quillbore quests, or I could go do Ratchet quests. There's the group of quests that you could do at any order you wish. So you have your group of quests, and then in order to progress to the next Oasis, I have to do the first Oasis first, but I could choose to do that first Oasis, or go do the Quillbore, or go do the Ratchet quest, even though Ratchet would have been out of my level. That's still, you could go and do Ratchet anytime you want. And then once you do one of the Ratchet quests, then you'll unlock another quest for Ratchet. That's fine. It's okay to have some, like, quest chains. It's okay to have quest chains. What I don't want is the linearity in and forcing you to go through the story of a zone in order to get to the next hub. To do the next hub, you have to do this hub first. In order to do the next group of quests, you have to do this quest first. So it makes it boring because you're doing it in the same order every time. I feel Wrath of the Lich King is the best leveling experience of any expansion, including vanilla. And the reason why... Now, vanilla has something on top of that, and I will say in a second. Wrath of the Lich King is the best, and I'm going to use Howling Fjord as an example, because I feel that's the best example. So you still have your zones that you have to aspire to. You want to level up to get to Grizzly Hills, because that's the best zone, right? You want to get to level 73. So I'm not saying let me get to Grizzly Hills and do it whenever I want. What I'm saying is, in Howling Fjord, when you get there, you have your first hub, the undead, the docks, right? And you have to fight the Alliance and burn the bodies and everything. Most of those quests you can do in any order. There are some, yeah, I'll do that one. There are some, quests that are like quest chains in that hub. But most of those quests you can do in any order. And if you know the quests already, you know to do them in an order that makes sense to the fact that you don't have to keep going back and forth. You can just do them all together, right? So that way it's more optimal. You just kind of do a circle in the area, do all the quests, and then turn them all in at once, right? But if you don't want to do that hub, you can just go up to the elevator and do those quests. Oh, well, I don't want to do those either. Okay, well, you can go to New Asgarth or whatever it's called. You can go to the Tonka area. You can go to the Tuskar area. And there was another area, I forgot what it was called, but there's another area you could go to. All of those questing hubs for the Horde, you can do every single hub in whatever order you want. So maybe I want to do the Tuskar first, or maybe I want to go to the Tonka first. Maybe I'll start and do the Vrykul at the killing the Vrykul at the elevator first, and then I'll go to the Tonka. And then once you get to those hubs, there are optional quests, but there are also quest chains, and those quest chains are your story. So like, and a lot of story is hidden in the quests, right? They're not in your face. They're as you go in the quest, like Drakuru. Drakuru is a perfect example. You're like, okay, I'm helping this troll. I'm not gonna do dwarven digging. I am absolutely not doing dwarven digging. So you do that, and you're like, okay, I'm helping this troll out, right? And then you get to the very end when he's like, oh man, thank you for helping me. We got all this stuff from all over Grizzly Hills. I want you to go do the dungeon quest, right? It's like, oh, okay, it's the final dungeon quest. He wants me to go back to Senjin Village. That's just a quick experience quest. I'll do that when I go back to Duratar after I finish Moldmore. So anyway, so you do that, and then you do the Guru of Drakuru quest, or whatever the fuck it's called, Cleansing Draktheron, that's what it's called. So you do that, and then when he's like, "You've done well, man. You've exceeded my greatest expectations. And now prepare for revelation." And then you see fucking Arthas walk out, and you're like, oh shit. Turns out you were helping Arthas the whole time. And in fact, I already got that quest. And in fact, he was purging all of Zuldrak. So then you get to Zuldrak, and there's that one, you can do whatever hub in whatever order. Now it's optimal to kind of make your way up from the Deadlands to the Snowy Land, but you can start where the Argent Dawn is, or what I do first is I kill a couple of creatures and find the necklace, and I go straight to the Drakuru quest. And he remembers you from Grizzly Hills. He's like, oh man, is that you, man? Oh, you look good. Oh, come help me take over Zuldrak for the Lich King. That is storytelling. And when you're a human in the fjord, and you find out the origins of the human from the Vrykul, and you find out all the stuff about Vrykul, that is storytelling, and it's not in your face, and it's optional. and it's just naturally as you go along in the quests. That's why I say Wrath of the Lich King is the perfect ratio of storytelling to questing. Yeah, Cataclysm is when everything started to go linear, and that's when everything started to go bad. Cataclysm is when it went linear, and here, let me track my quests real quick. What was I saying? It started getting very linear where you had to do each hub in order. It wasn't as bad as later in the game, especially in Warlords of Draenor. I think that's when it really got linear. But Cataclysm is where it started. Mists of Pandaria, if you wanted to do the story of the zone, you had to go in linear order. But if you didn't want to do the story or you didn't care, you could go. There are optional hubs to quest at in Mists of Pandaria, so it wasn't as bad. But then when you got to Warlords, it was pretty much all linear. You could not get to the next hub unless you did the quest prior. And Legion was the exact same thing. That's why people are like, oh man, Legion, you can go and do whatever zone you want in whatever order. Well, well, I'm not gonna say this fully because you do have Suramar as an endgame zone, but not only were there no zones to aspire to, which would not work anyway, because that's what they did with Shadowlands, where you had to go one zone to another. It would not work anyway with Legion because there were only like 4 zones. It does not work when there's even less zones. It only works when you have vanilla zones, where it's 4 zones per level bracket, and then optional side ones too, like Stone Talon, where it starts at level 15 rather than level 10. It only works when you have a lot of zones. Now with Legion, they said, oh yeah, you can go do whatever zone in whatever order, right? Well, that doesn't really do anything because... I should be okay here. Because you still have to do every zone in an order. You have to follow the quest line and follow... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Potion. See, I'm ranting and now I'm not paying attention. You have to do the quests in order. I'm gonna back up. So therefore, all of the zones are boring because you have to do them in order as the game tells you to every goddamn time. And it's especially worse when it's a zone you hate, like Val'sharah. I absolutely hate that fucking zone. I did it once to complete it for the quest, and I never went back. All of the ults I had going through Legion, I skipped. In fact, I actually found a way to get to level 107 without even starting Legion quests. I can only get to level 107. That was like the maximum I could get to. But once I got there, I did maybe High Mountain, and that was... High Mountain, it was okay. It was tolerable. Once I did High Mountain, that pretty much got me the rest of the way to 110. Jor is not here for me to tell him this, but I really want to congratulate Turtle WoW for being the only server, private server rather, that I have played on that have working Kodo herds. Most servers that I've been on, the Kodos don't even walk anywhere, they're just stationary. And the few that I've been on that they do walk, they just walk in a small circle, they don't really go anywhere.